June 8th is declared National Trail Day. Lucette Larock turns 100, and Dominican youth are recognized for the positive contributions to national development. Hello and welcome to another edition of National Focus. I'm Jarna Hector.
And I'm Kimani. Stay tuned with us for details of the headline stories and others right after this.
The facts as they are, brought to you every day. Only on GIS Channel 7.
Welcome back. A yachting symposium to critically look at Dominica's yachting sector and to discuss how it can be further developed was staged on Wednesday as part of activities marking Tourism Awareness Month. The symposium, which took place at the Public Service Training Center in Roseau, brought together a number of stakeholders in the yachting industry. Tourism Minister Honorable Ian Douglas says the island's yachting industry has made significant strides in recent years, and government continues to put in place the enabling environment to see continued development of the sector. The minister says a proposed marina development in the north of the island is one of the key plans of government to enhance the sector.
It is the vision of the government to continue to grow the industry, and we have been saying for decades that the Cabrits area holds so much potential, and now that this government is actually making that dream a reality by constructing the Cabrits Hotel and Spa with the help of the Moroccan government. We intend to go further with that and look at the whole aspect of a marina development at the Cabrits so that we ourselves can grow the yachting sector. And that is the vision of the Ministry of Tourism and the government of Dominica, that we can grow the industry to the point where we can expand our market share, and we can become one of the leading yachting destinations in the Caribbean.
Hubert Winston, Managing Director of Dominica Marine Center, delivered a presentation at Wednesday's symposium on the potential opportunities within the sector. He said efforts are continuing to ensure that Dominica's yachting sector is not left behind.
The focus is actually yachting sector in Dominica, and how we can, where we are, what we're missing, and basically what we need to do to get to that point. It's a lot of opportunities in the yachting sector, and we want to make sure that we haven't left any stone unturned to actually target the market and actually do a good job of it, because our competitors are actually moving fast ahead, and we do not want to be left behind in that sector, because basically it's an open water sector. So we figured that we could do also as good as them to bring in the targets that we're actually trying to attract.
Winston says the yachting industry has tremendous potential and locals should seek to tap into the many opportunities available.
When you have skilled personnel for painting, marine works, engine works, varnishers, sail makers, riggers, captains, crews, just name it, there are so many aspects of this industry that would be as benefit to us. So that's part of what I also presented today, is what other opportunities are there that we can tap onto. And the list is endless. The list is beyond my imaginable. Most of them myself cannot do. But the aspect is actually try to bring opportunity for our locals to actually get skilled personnel back in, or persons who are here willing to learn different techniques and skills of boating and marine life.
Dominica's yachting industry is primarily managed by the private sector, with support from the Ministry of Tourism, Customs and Immigration, and the Fisheries Division. The Portsmouth Association of Yacht Security and the Dominica Marine Association are two examples of associations currently providing professional stakeholder-based security initiatives for yachts in Dominica.
Several Dominican youth were recognized for their positive contributions to the development of Dominica at the 8th National Youth Council Awards ceremony held last Saturday at Crazy Coconuts. The ceremony, which was attended by a number of government officials, was held under the theme Recognizing the Contribution of Our Dominican Youth. National footballer Jocelyn Prince, the lone survivor of a tragic accident which occurred in Pocasale last month, which claimed the lives of 2 of his teammates, received the first ever Heroism Award. Prince received the award for the level of bravery that he displayed following the accident. Meanwhile, Loic Charles, a 5th form student of the St. Mary's Academy, received the Esteemed Challenge Award. Loic, despite being blind, has been able to overcome daily challenges and is testimony that people with disabilities can lead normal lives. Loic is now writing the CXC examinations. And Melinda Siobhan Ulysses, widely referred to as Mel C, an upcoming star who sings and writes her own music, was awarded the Outstanding Youth in Music Award. Phoebisha Joseph got the Academic and Extracurricular Award. The award for agriculture went to Kervin Vidal. Janet Jackson received the Culture and Heritage Award, and Josh Toussaint copped the award for his accomplishment in sports. Bert Paul got the Visual Arts Award. The Outstanding Youth in Entrepreneurship Award went to Burton John Baptist, while the Esteemed Volunteer Award went to Kirk Dumas. The Outstanding Youth in Media Award went to Kimara Ito of DBS Radio, while the Community Youth Organization Award went to L'Escalier Motivators. Dominica's Minister for Culture, Youth and Sports, Honorable Justina Charles, congratulated the awardees on their achievements. The minister commended the National Youth Council for taking the initiative to recognize the positive achievements of Dominican youth. Chief Youth Development Officer John Roach says plans are to make the National Youth Council Awards ceremony even bigger next year. He called on the corporate community to support the event.
In more news, the government of Dominica, in collaboration with the Caribbean Development Bank, launched the 7th program of the Basic Needs Trust Fund during a ceremony at the Fort Young Hotel on Wednesday. The Basic Needs Trust Fund is a CDB grant-funded program targeted at improving living conditions in poor communities in 10 participating countries.
This occasion marks the continuation of a long-lasting partnership between the Caribbean Development Bank and the government of Dominica, as together we endeavor to greatly improve the standard of living of the poor and vulnerable in our communities.
The BNTF has addressed poverty reduction in member countries over the course of 6 program cycles. There has been a shift from a focus on infrastructure development to community-based development. Portfolio manager of the BNTF program, Daran Newman Belgrave, explained that its new vision will focus on education and human resource development, water and sanitation, and community access and drainage.
We are now looking at BNTF, a much stronger BNTF and much more focused, and it is poised to build on its track record of supporting the poorest and most vulnerable in Dominica. So this launch today, we see this as symbolic of a new era.
Dominica's Prime Minister and Minister of Finance, Honorable Roosevelt Skerritt, delivered the feature address at Wednesday morning's ceremony. He noted the significant contribution of the BNTF program to Dominica's economy.
BNTF won 23 sub-projects at a value of EC $6.276692 million. BNTF 2, 39 sub-projects, $7,576,339. BNTF 3, 16 sub-projects at EC $5,067,363. BNTF 4, 105 sub-projects at EC $7,672,175. BNTF 5, 94 sub-projects at a value of EC $13,412,844.
In Thursday's newscast, we'll bring you more details of Wednesday's ceremony, including details of how the BNTF program has assisted the Dominica Community High School.
Dominica welcomes its 30th centenarian, Lucette Larock. Amanda Williams has that report.
Cooley-Bistreet's darling, Lucette Larock, became the island's newest centenarian on Monday, May 27th, joining the ranks of 29 others who proved that this island, in fact, holds the secret to long life. According to family members, Lucette is widely known as Darling because of her kind nature and her willingness to lend a hand. To express to Darling just how much they appreciate her, friends and family planned a church service and reception on her birthday. Father Eustace Thomas presided over the church service at the Cooley-Bistreet Catholic Church. Knowing Darling personally, Father Thomas gave an insight into her personality, noting her peacefulness. He believes that more persons should strive for the peace of mind in which Darling seems to be an expert.
I was really surprised to have seen her looking so very young. In my days when I worked as parish priest, she came up around, and I think she spoke to us through her silence. What caused Darling to reach this milestone, 100 years, must be part of her Christian upbringing. And Darling is telling us that longevity really is a gift from the Lord. Darling's also telling us that to be a good Christian, there's no need to walk around looking for the Lord. The Lord is right here in the heart. Darling is telling us also that perhaps to enjoy life, we must precisely enjoy it to the fullest, being at peace with God, being at peace with nature, being at peace with one another, being at peace with ourselves.
At the reception, Marvelyn Joseph, a family friend, described the qualities which make the centenarian so treasured by close friends and her family, the residents of Cooley-Bistreet, and her devoted caretaker.
On the 27th of May, 1913, proud parents, Mr. and Mrs. Freddy Loader of Cooley-Bistreet, warmly and joyfully welcomed their daughter, Lucette Loader, in their family. She then became the 6th child. At 100 years, she now remains the only surviving sibling of 5 brothers and 6 sisters. Growing up, she was cheerful, charming, fun to be around, and still is. Hardworking, loved her family and people, especially children.
Darling, who is the mother of one, is known as a fighter and has outlived her 6 siblings and husband. Marvelyn says although some are surprised that Darling has lived so long, their surprise is absurd, since she has overcome every challenge placed before her. His Excellency, President Eliud Williams, was part of Darling's Monday celebration, bringing gifts and greetings on behalf of the government. Representing the Ministry of Social Services, Honorable Johnson Drago described how government plans to demonstrate its support to Lucette.
As of tomorrow, Mrs. Larock will be sharing in all the benefits government is providing for the centenarians of Dominica. We expect a family member to visit the Ministry of Social Services, where preparation will be made for her $500 a month as of now, and other benefits thanks to the support of the Petro-Carib initiative. She's now entitled, and there are some persons who are even receiving it even before they become 100 years, but as of now she's entitled to a free cylinder and a stove, among all the other gifts that comes with the package.
Honorable Kelber Daru, representing Prime Minister Honorable Roosevelt Skerrit, assured Cooley-Bistreet's newest centenarian of the continued support of government. Government believes that the work of senior citizens has helped develop the island and ought to be rewarded.
The government of Dominica has put in place a program, the YesPK program, whereby we take care of our elderly people, because we understand the hard work, the toils that they have gone through. And at this stage in their lives, they need to be taken care of and they need to have the best treatment and care. And we must not take this for granted. And I always say when I speak to young people that they must take time out sometimes to just volunteer to go and take care of an elderly person, maybe for just one day, to have an experience to see what it is. Because a lot of our young people these days, they do not know what it is to really give back in terms of volunteerism. And I always challenge them that they need to go and look at the elderly persons within the societies, in their communities, and lend a helping hand.
The festivities included a greeting segment, and Senator Bentley Royer, a member of Darling's family, had his own birthday greetings to share.
I think at this time I should join the others to wish and to congratulate Darling on her 100th birthday. I think this is a milestone which many of us will never reach. But I really want to thank the family for taking care of her, Andy and the other family members who have played their part. I'm sure God will bless them, and God has blessed Darling with the 100th years, and let us hope that He will continue to bless her.
Darling's nephew couldn't pass up on the opportunity to share his love for Lucette, who is the community's 3rd centenarian since February. Much of his remarks went to recognizing his aunt's caretaker, Andy, who has taken remarkable care of her.
I am also thankful for the wonderful work which Andy has been doing. When Andy started, he first called me. He told me the situation, and he took the task at hand. And I'm so glad. I never thought he would be so faithful, you know, and to be continuing even until now. Yes. Yeah, he told me the state of my aunt, and he took the task. And I never thought he would be there until now. And I'm so amazed to see what wonderful work he has done. And all I have been doing, you know, I've been giving him some, you know, backup then. So I've been strengthening him, and I'm certainly encouraged, and I'm thankful for every one of you. Your presence this afternoon, for showing your love, your concern. I want to thank everyone on the behalf of my aunt. Amen.
On behalf of the St. Vincent de Paul Darling, I would like to welcome Twandi, a small circle, on behalf of our group, St. Vincent de Paul. We love you, darling. We'll still take care of you.
Coming out of that milestone birthday party on Monday was advice to those aiming to join the ever-growing list of centenarians. Zet Matoussin, acting president of Dominica Council on Aging, says, "A healthy diet is a good start." According to the 29 other centenarians, peace of mind has a lot to do with it. Happy birthday, darling. For GIS News, I'm Amanda Williams.
GIS congratulates Darling on her 100th birthday. The management team of the Waitakubuli National Trail is on a drive to encourage locals to appreciate and conserve the Caribbean's only long-distance walking trail. At a press conference on Monday, the team announced National Trail Day, which is carried for June 8, 2013. National Trail Day is an event conceptualized by the management team of the Waitakubuli National Trail in collaboration with Dominica Youth Environment Organization and Youth Environment Service Corps. The main aim of the day is to deepen appreciation of the Waitakubuli National Trail and to foster guardianship by locals. Delroy Williams, chairman of the Dominica Youth Environment Organization, encouraged Dominica's youth to engage in the day's activities by exploring and developing the trail.
The Dominica Youth Environment Organization has always been an organization that believes in promoting and preserving our physical or natural environment, but also assisting young persons in the development of the social environment as well. So this was an opportunity for us to partner in bringing forth this venture. First and foremost, the activity was envisaged as an opportunity to get young persons involved in hiking and involved in just basically enjoying what the trail has to offer. So we expect hundreds of young persons on that day to go forth on the trail to engage not only in hiking but also in some preservation activities, planting of trees and other such activities that can enhance and develop the trail as well. It's a day where we can look forward to not only enjoying Dominica's natural wonders, but also promoting. And that's also a very important aspect of the day, is that young persons, through the use of social media, can now engage in the promotion of Dominica's natural wonders and also in the promotion of Dominica as a tourist destination. It's important too that we see social media as a tool for encouraging participation in our social environment, in our physical environment, and also as a tool that young persons and the general public can use in promotion of Dominica.
The event is partially funded by UNESCO and forms part of activities to culminate World Environment Day. National Trail Day is expected to become an annual event. So wow, Jarna, another exciting event put together by the management unit of the Waitikobuli National Trail. I think this is such a good thing because it's going to give Dominicans or local people an opportunity to appreciate our history, to appreciate what the trail actually represents.
Right.
You know, the slaves we know of the past, they had to make connections in various communities through these trails. So there's a lot of history there for us to learn from and for us to experience. And you know, also passing through these trails, it also gives you an opportunity to see the other wonderful sites that we have to offer to our own people, Dominicans, and to the rest of the world.
You seem excited, Kimani.
I'm very excited about it.
I'm excited as well because I think it's about time the Waitikobuli National Trail has its own day.
Yes.
And so close to World Environment Day, I think it's very fitting.
Yes.
We are all for clean and green and eco-friendly, and that is in effect us putting our money where our mouth is.
Yes.
I think it's a big deal, and I'm excited to see what's going to happen on National Trail Day.
Yes. I'm hoping that the young persons will get involved. As we know, I think this event is in collaboration with 2 youth organizations on the island. So it would be good for young persons to really get involved, start hiking, know the trails, you know, explore the trails. And I think also the aim of the day is to let Dominicans see the trail as something that we need to take ownership of.
I like that.
So if it's passing through a community that is close to you, then you should see it as your responsibility to maintain the trail, make sure it's clean, make sure it's not destroyed, it's not overgrown, that kind of thing. So it's an opportunity, it's a benefit all around because we can benefit through ecotourism, we can benefit through having small businesses along the trail. So it's a plus for us all around.
You mentioned the youth. It was mentioned earlier in our studios that our young people like to take off every summer. We could use the timing of this Waitikobuli National Trail Day is perfect because instead of going away, you can stay here, gather a few friends, get some tents, get some sleeping bags,
challenge yourself.
Take your summer along the trail. That sounds like fun.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun. So we're encouraging young people, we're encouraging the public and Dominicans to engage in the activities planned for National Trail Day on June 8th.
Right. And that's the English segment of the news. Let's now join McPherson St. Luce for the Creole highlights.
Allô tout le monde, bienvenue à ces nouvelles en créole. Non, moi c'est McPherson St. Luce. Premièrement, gouvernement Dominique en collaboration avec Banque de Développement Caraïbe officiellement lancé projet 12,20 millions de dollars qui est allé financer un lot projet qui est expecté aller pour projet qui a été malté en Dominique, ça a créé Poverty Alleviation. Projet ça là qui est implémenté par BNTF, lancé aujourd'hui là, pendant une cérémonie à Hôtel Fortune en Ozo. Une délégation de Banque de Développement Caraïbe et puis chef Darren Newman, joint et puis Premier ministre Honorable Roosevelt Skirt pour ce programme là. L'agence là a voué 10,6 millions de dollars grant, l'argent nous pas pour payer et puis 1,6 millions de gouvernement. Projet éducation, développement, ça human resource, avancement sanitation et puis de l'eau, ensemble et puis projet d'AL, tout cas de attention. L'occasion en Dominique qui a expérience Malte, qui voit attention. En la nouvelle, le gouvernement Dominique a continué de travailler à ces chimères qui étaient bien dommagés en pont cassé. Parole celle-là sortie du ministère Public Works, Honorable Ribbon Blackmore.
Nous avons mon Dominique complètement. Nous avons fait ça qui ont bypass en place Williams en pont cassé ou la chimère là ouvert. Il y avait des gens qui perdu la vie là. Nous faisons ça. Après 5 jours, voiture ça passé. Ça nous allons faire tout de suite. C'est pour bâtir une structure qui est plus forte. Nous allons mettre ça qui est box culvert, nous allons mettre maçon, comme ça, guardrails, concrete drains, comme ça, avec ranger, ça fait chimie. C'est un effort qui est bien important pour nous, Dominique. Et nous sommes bien contents, le gouvernement là, marcher bien vite pour adresser ça avant ça.
Trust National White Kubuli a encouragé Dominicains pour participer en National Day Trail qui prend place à le 8 juin l'année salam. Mademoiselle Roselyne Paul, c'est manager opération Trust National White Kubuli.
C'est un jour où l'on a dit, nous tous Dominicains qui a hike, qui a marché à cette Trust White Kubuli, mais qui a fait travail aussi pour avancer là pour faire que c'était en bonne condition et pour nous voyons un message aussi nous pas qu'à l'État nous pas qu'à sali Toas Dominique et il y a un jour aussi juin 8 F c'est que dernière activité nous keni pour World Environment Day pour semaine là on là nous dit on la terre nous que dit région là nous que dit nation Dominique nous que dit la terre ça 3 soirs été pour le National Trail c'est ça nous aimer nous apprécier environnement nous que inviter jeunes monde community hikers pour choisir un toit qui pour hike et pour faire travail, pour marcher et faire travail à cette toile là. So c'est one Dominique en même temps en les différents segments White Kubuli National Trail.
Et puis finalement Dominique a parmi 4 pays OECS qui a bénéficié de l'arrangement en loan Inter-American Development Bank. Banque ça là c'est un arrangement loan salam 20 millions de dollars US au programme Banque Développement Caraïbes pour projet en 4 pays OECS. Pays qui bénéficient c'est Dominique, Saint-Lucie, Grenade et puis Saint-Vincent et puis Grenadines. Ces pays sont bien vulnérables, bagaille qui a concerné globalisation, raison pour le programme ça. Ça fait éducation, infrastructure, ça c'est bagaille pour chimie et puis pont, politique changement climatique qui tape attention. IDB, ça c'est gros bag salam, déjà en tant que passé financier loan par banque développement Caraïbes. Messieurs, mesdames, ça c'est tout pour Nouvelle Créole pour à présent. Non moins, c'est McPherson, Luce. Au revoir.
Coming up next, a tip on making water safe to drink.
Scary! Everything just shaking and making big creaky noises.
Earthquakes, big and small, take place in the Caribbean at least 10 times a year.
The dishes rattling and falling and breaking, then Vonnie started to scream.
All I could think to do was shout, "Get outside, get out!"
Earthquakes, hazards, take control, reduce your loss. If an earthquake hits, what can you do? Get down, get under an item of furniture like a table. Hold on and stay there until the quake passes. Find out lots more about earthquakes and other hazards at your local disaster office. A message from your National Disaster Office and SIDERA.
Boiling water is probably the most effective and reliable method of disinfecting water since most germs die quickly at high temperatures.
To make water safe to drink, boil for about a minute. Boiling water longer doesn't provide any extra benefit and uses up more fuel. The water is safe to drink once it has cooled.
And that's all for this edition of National Focus. We always welcome your suggestions and comments. Drop us an email at gis@dominica.gov.dm or visit our website news.gov.dm.
Friend us on our Facebook page and be sure to like our GIS Dominica fan page. You can also catch up on past National Focus newscasts on our GIS Dominica YouTube channel. On behalf of the entire news production team, I'm Kimani Saint-Jean.
And I'm Jarna Hector. Thank you for watching.
Thank you.